Hi friends, today topic is the columns and struts. In previous section we cover definition of column, definition of strut, slenderness ratio, various types of end condition of the column and types of columns. Types of column means long column, short column and medium column. In this section we cover failure of columns, buckling load, crushing load, maximum stresses, minimum stresses and safe load. Let's start the section. Failure of columns. Generally, failure of columns, three type failures is there. Number one, direct compressive stresses. Number two, buckling stresses. Number three, combined of direct compressive and buckling stresses. In failure of column, learn before you can study some terminologies. Number one, buckling load. Number two, crippling load. Buckling load. So, what is a buckling load? For example, one long column is there. That long column, you give some load. That time, the column will start the buckling or bending. That is called as the buckling load or crippling load. Generally, buckling load depending upon the following the factors. Number one, amount of loading. Number two, length of the column. Number three, end condition of the column. Number four, cross section dimension of the column. Number five, material of the column. See, amount of loading. Amount of loading means how much amount of load will act on the column, and length of the column. In case length of the column is more, that column must and should be buckled or bending. That is called as a buckling load or crippling load. At the same time, the end conditions of the column. What type of end conditions is there? Here, one end is the fixed, one end is the free, and both ends is the fixed, and one end is the fixed, one end is the hinged, both ends is hinged. Like this type of end conditions also depending upon the factors. And cross section dimensions of the column. It means square column, circular column, rectangular column, and materials of the columns. Materials of column means what type of material you use from the construction of the column. Crushing load. So what is the crushing load? For example, one short column is there. You can give the load of the short column. The column will fail like a crushing. That crushing is called as the crushing. You see here, this is a short column. If you give the load, that time the column is fail like a crushing failure. For example, here this is a long column. Long column means length is more. That time you can give the load. The column will fail like a buckling failure. Failure of columns. Failure of columns. Number one, direct compressive stresses. Number two, buckling stresses. Number three, combined of direct compressive and buckling stresses. You see here, where is the direct compressive stresses is applicable? In short columns is the direct compressive stresses is applicable. Buckling stresses in long columns is applicable. Now start the failure of short column. Now see the diagram. This is the axially compressive load. This is the cross section, uniform cross section area. Now give the compressive load on the short column. The load will be increased gradually. When the target is reached, the column will failure by a crushing. Let's see load by area. What is the definition? Load by area is equal to stress. Here crushing load, cross section area. Crushing load divided cross sectional area is equal to direct compressive stress. In mathematically written as sigma S, sigma C. Sigma C means direct compressive stress is equal to P suffix C. P suffix C means crushing load divided cross sectional area. You see here, all short column failure due to crushing. Okay, next now start the failure of long column. failure of long column or buckling stress. Let's see here. I am assuming one rectangular column, length L and breadth B and depth D. I am apply the axial compressive load. You see here, if the length of the column is compared to the lateral dimension is very large, that time the column is do not fail crushing. It's fail like a buckling or bending failure. LE by D is greater than 12. It's called as a long columns. You know already. If the long columns fails due to buckling or bending or crippling. You see that this diagram you can understand thoroughly. This is one of the rectangle column I am assuming. This is the breadth B and the depth D and the length of the column is L. I am apply the axial compressive load. That time the column is fail like a buckling or crippling towards the left side or towards right sides. Left side or right side. You see this frame structure. This is the load. This is the length of the column. And this Y. Y means the maximum bending of the column at center. Maximum bending of the column at center. Let's see, L is the length of the column, P is the load. Compress at the column which just buckled. A is the cross sectional area of the column, Y is the maximum bending moment of the column at center. Now sigma A. What is the sigma A? Stress at direct load. Stress at direct load. No buckling. Only direct load. How much stress is coming? So that time sigma A is equal to load by area. So how much load is there? That load divided by cross sectional area. You got the stress at direct load. At the same time sigma B. Stress due to bending at the center of the column. Stress due to bending at center of the column. How to calculate this one? Sigma B is equal to load into maximum bending of the column at center divided section modulus. Py divided Z. Py divided Z section modulus. You got the stress due to the bending at center of the column sigma B. Now you can calculate the extreme stresses of midsection. You find out from here maximum stresses, minimum stresses. Maximum stress is equal to stress due to direct load plus stress due to bending at the center of the column. You can find out the maximum stress. Minimum stress is equal to stress due to direct load minus stress due to bending at the center of the column. You got the minimum stresses. See here, the length of the column is L and load is the P and cross section dimension is B and D. If the length of the column is more, you can apply the load. The column will be buckle or crippling to either right side or left side. The designer cannot design buckling or crippling failure. What is do? First to find out the load. How much load is coming? You can find out. How to find? There is the two theories is there. One is the Euler's theory. Another one is the Ranki's theory. Ranki's theory and Euler's theory you can apply and you find out the load. How much load is coming? You can find out. Once you can find out the load, you can apply the factor of safety. Once apply the factor of safety, you got the safe load. Safe load means to avoid the buckling or crippling failure in long columns. See, Euler's formula is applicable for the long columns and Ranki's formula is applicable for the short columns. Safe load. Safe load is equal to buckling of load or crippling of load divided factor of safety. It is called as safe load. The safe buckling load is where you got Euler's theory, and same thing crushing load where you got Ranki's theory. So Euler's theory is applicable for long column. Rankis theory is applicable for short column and medium columns. One more time I will repeat. When you apply the load on the long column, the column is failed like a buckling or crippling. You can avoid the buckling or crippling failure. You can find out the load, how much load is coming from the long column or short column. How to find? There is a two theories is there. One is the Rankis theory, another one is the Euler's theory. You can find out the load, how much load is coming, you can find out after you apply the factor of safety. Once you apply the factor of safety, you got the safe load. Safe load is equal to, for Euler's theory, buckling load divided by factor of safety, and same thing Rankis theory, crushing load divided factor of safety. Euler's theory is applicable for the long column. Rankis theory is applicable for the short column and medium columns. Please subscribe my channel for latest video purpose. Thank you.